So have you learnt things from this process about how to involve young people?
Yeah, absolutely. We've learned a huge amount. I think the first thing that we learned was that there is absolutely no point in venue staff trying to put on an event that they think young people are going to enjoy. The best way to engage with young people is to ask them what they want and then to help them to achieve that themselves. You know, the word of mouth between the young people the marketing campaigns in terms of word of mouth with the young people that I work with is extraordinary. I mean, they have an event and within half an hour they've managed to invite over 800 people on Facebook, and fair enough, not all of those 800 people come, but they all know about it, they're all aware of it, and they're all talking about it. You know, if we did that if we tried to do that with the database that exists at the drill hall, we'd get all their mums and dads, we wouldn't necessarily get them. So that's the first thing that we've learned, that it absolutely has to come from them. There's no point in kind of feeding down to them, it's got to come from the ground up. The other thing is that, you know, when they're on it, the group are absolutely brilliant. When they're focused and, you know, they're energetic and they've had enough sleep, they're great. When they've got exams, and, you know, I think we don't really allow for the amount of pressure that young people feel. We're very quick to criticise, but don't necessarily remember what it was like when we were in their position, and balancing exams, home life, possibly jobs, deciding about making really important decisions about their future, and then needing some sort of outlet, which Young Cut is. You know, they have to get the balance right. And so during the exam period, which we've just had, they were trying to organise an event, they were trying to do everything else, and there were just too many things flying around. And actually their campaign wasn't as successful as for their first event, when they had a much clearer diary elsewhere, but they learnt from that. And I think that's one thing that's really, really important, to give them opportunities to evaluate at every stage and to learn from the experiences that they've had. And I think we've had to be much more, I don't know, much more supportive in a more of a pastoral sense than I think we initially thought that we would have to be. You build up a really strong connection with the young people that you're working with, and they do bring outside issues to the table at an event, and so often I've kind of needed to talk about other things that are going on to clear the way to actually move on to the Young Cut stuff. So that's been quite a learning curve for me, kind of striking the balance and knowing where, as a venue, what role we play in their lives outside the venue as well. So yeah, all quite important things.